Tonight we're gonna have tacos for dinner, so I thought I would go ahead and film making some salsa because this is something the kids ask for all the time. And it's one of those recipes that I learned from a friend a long time ago and have changed it along the way, and now it's very hard to explain exact ingredients. So I think it's better to just watch and understand that you can change things up the way you'd like them to be for your personal taste. So let's get started with the ingredients. Pretty standard stuff. We have some cilantro, jalapeno, a lime, a white onion. Going to use both salt, pepper, cumin, and chipotle seasoning, and some fresh garlic. Please, please use fresh ingredients for this. It makes all the difference. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take care of this cilantro. And depending on what store you purchase your cilantro from, they can do a really nice job of cutting off the stems, which this bunch has had done. Sometimes the stems are a little longer and they have dirt and sand. You don't want sand in your salsa, so you want to really rinse the cilantro well. I find it's very easy to do it in one of these salad spinners. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the amount I'm likely to use in this spinner, and I'm going to go ahead and wet it, zhuzh it around, and then I will spin the sand out of it. Okay, you can see I have rinsed the cilantro, I've moved it around, and now I'm going to use the salad spinner to really get that sand off. And when you look at the bottom, you can see the little bits of sand in there. I usually do this 2 or 3 times depending on how sandy the cilantro actually is. This is looking pretty good. Now that I have my cilantro well rinsed, I'm gonna let it sit here on a paper towel while I deal with the other things. We're going to use 2 cloves of garlic. Please, please, please use fresh garlic. Do not buy that jarred garlic. It is disgusting and has no flavor. It does not take very long to just quickly peel the garlic. I'm gonna cut the little stalk end off. Because we're going to do this in a food processor, I don't have to do much. I will go ahead and slice them just so that it's a little less chopping the food processor needs to do. You can certainly do this by hand, but I'm not making a pico. I want a salsa, so I want the texture to be much more soup-like as opposed to chunky. Therefore, a food processor is absolutely the way to go for this. I'm also going to use a white onion. This is to taste. I do not want my salsa to be overly flavored with onion, so I'm just gonna use a little less than a half of this white onion. You can use yellow. I like white for salsa, but you certainly can use yellow. If I were making pico, I would use red, but today we're making salsa. Again, I'm just gonna chop it up so it's a coarse chop. Our jalapeno, this is also to taste. I like moderately spicy food, but I do not like it on fire. So I'm going to start with just 3 rounds of slices of jalapeno, and we'll see. If we need to add more, we add more. You can always add more. It's very hard to fix it when you have over spiced it. All right. And the last ingredient is my Italian tomatoes. I love these. I love this brand. They come from the San Marzano volcanic soil. I like canned better than fresh because right now it's December. You can't get such good tomatoes, but this is consistent the entire year through, so I always use this. All right, now that we have all of our ingredients, this is so super easy. We are just going to put everything into the food processor. Put the lid on, and here we go. to stop it about halfway through to push everything down. Make sure we have everything in there. And now I'll add my spices, and this again is to taste. I just usually throw it in the way it looks right, but I measured today. This is about a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, about a tablespoon of cumin, but I'm gonna add more in the end, I'm sure, and about a teaspoon and a half of chipotle pepper. And then the salt, I just don't even know. That looks good. Again, to your personal taste. And the last thing that we're going to add is a squeeze of lime. Half a lime should do it for this amount of tomato, and I just squeeze it right in. I always use lime, not lime juice that you buy at the store. Fresh, please, fresh lime. All right, we're gonna hit it again. And it'll come out with that consistency. It looks good. If you find that it's not spicy enough, you put in more jalapeno and do it some more. If you want more garlic or onion, more cilantro, you can customize this to your personal taste. Enjoy.